So, just a quick video on what I've learned about doing online classes with Teams. So if you go into your calendar on Teams, over here you can add a new meeting. So in add channel, if you put in, you can see it popping up there. So I can put in my second year higher level maths class, third year maths. These are some of the ones we created when we did that in service. Macaleese Maths is there, so like all of my groups are there basically. So I can put any of them in there, date and time, and it sends an email to them to let them know that there's going to be a Teams meeting. Just to show you, I'll just do a meet now. So here, video, audio. You can mess around with your backgrounds here. So if you don't want people to see what's behind you, you can kind of play around with the backgrounds there. So I'm going to join the meeting, but it'll obviously only be just me. Okay, so right. I would have this open here at the side. Now, when you've more people on and they're up here, it will tell you the participants that are in the group. It will also make suggestions. So, for example, if you're having a meeting with Higgins and I don't know, 19 of them are on, it will start suggesting to invite the 2 or 3 that haven't come on yet, like kind of just to remind them, I suppose. So that'll all be happening up here. And then what I instructed the students to do was down here at the bottom, type a new message. Is if while I was talking, if they had a question, so I would mute them all. I can do that up here, when they're there. And if I'm speaking and they have a question, they just type in, I have a question please, and it will come up with their name on it. So John Smith will say, I have a question. So then I'll say, right, go on John, shoot with your question there. And John can unmute himself. Now I can unmute him, but he can just unmute himself, ask the question. Everybody can hear the question and obviously my answer. And then, I would say, does anybody have a follow-up? And the same thing, rather than anybody speaking, that it would be somebody types it in here and then I can direct them. So kind of what I said to them was don't speak unless I speak to you. So if I directly say like, okay, Sean, go on, shoot with your question now. So it kind of stopped people talking over each other. It worked really well the couple of times I've done it. So I found it great. And the other thing I found really useful was the share here. So a couple of options pop up. So this was the kind of one. So if I want to share, that's my notes for today's class or, whatever, happens to be around. You can kind of show them your screen, I suppose, which is handy. Like, so if I have the tablet and I go into OneNote there, I can, write and talking to the kids said they could still see me. Like I was little on their screen, but they could still see me, so that's even better. So they could see the screen and they could still see me. So yeah, that's that. What was the other thing in here? Oh yeah, recording the meeting. So you can record the entire meeting. And again, I find that handy. I know we kind of should be doing it anyway, but I also found it really handy for the kids who can't attend the meeting or forget about it or whatever. And I had a couple of really good first years who were panicking because they missed the meeting. And I was like, well, look, there's the recording of it. So just made it way easier. So yeah, I think that's it. Like that'll show participants, which obviously we don't have any in this. I said about the chat and make sure that's up. Your video, your audio, you can mute all the kids. I haven't had the issue because every time the kids come up, they don't have their videos on. I'm assuming you can also turn their videos off, but I haven't had to do that. Yeah, so that's it. That's what I know about meetings on Teams. Okay.